Wait for the bus to pass.
Okay.
There's no... You know you have to slow down to go through a roundabout, right? We're out in New Ulm. This is new. This is New Ulm. Sorry, all the New Ulm people that hear that.
We're on 66th Street and Lyndale Avenue in Richfield, Minnesota.
Cody Christensen, transportation project manager, and I take my coffee black.
David Peterson, I'm a senior transportation planner, and I like my coffee very strong with a little bit of cream.
As a project manager and engineer, I help with assessing project corridors and where there's safety needs, and then work on the actual design and implementation of those safety improvements.
When we put together a transportation plan or a transportation element of a comprehensive plan, that we try to incorporate certain measures into those that are going to be really positive in terms of affecting a future transportation environment that's good for pedestrians, that's safer for pedestrians. So it's not on the design end of things, although I'm kind of conversant in a lot of that. I'm not going to draw those things out. That's up to Cody and others in our design engineering teams.
There's a number of guidance out there, but one of the big ones is Federal Highways, FHWA's STEP Guide, which is the safe transportation for every pedestrian. And they have a number of countermeasures that can be used in specific locations, whether it's mid-block or along a corridor or at an intersection, curb extensions, RRFBs, high visibility markings and signing. So we have all of these tools that we then can take, look at the corridor, see what the needs are, and figure out what's going to work to make it safer for pedestrians to cross roadways as well as go along roadways.
Things like road safety audits are pretty important at the outset of a lot of planning projects and engineering projects. You actually get out into the environment and you look at what's happening. You talk to people who are on the street. You talk to a lot of the stakeholders who are going to be involved in the decision making. So some of these people are law enforcement people, they might be elected officials, they might be just neighborhood residents, neighborhood groups, business owners. So you try to get a sense of what some of the different concerns are. You get competing, constituencies for those things.
Where was I?
Tools.
Tools.
This is a lot of the reason that I got into planning. I think to try to create places that are better and more equitable for people. It's important to know and to acknowledge, because sometimes people are kind of invisible when they're walking and bicycling, because we don't see that many people all the time in certain places. There are a lot of people who don't have a choice about driving a car, so we take it for granted that we might have a car to do a lot of our trips for just about anything, to be able to find employment, for goods and services, to visit friends, to do shopping, all these different things that we might do in a car. A lot of people don't have that option. These are some of the ways I think about equity. I think it's important that we imbue a lot of our thinking and planning, that we try to make our environments more equitable for everybody with every measure we take.
Yeah. I don't even have anything to add to that.
That was... You can decide.
I agree. To me, it's understanding that at some point everyone is a pedestrian. What we're designing and building and planning is for everybody from ages 8 to 80, and if we can do that, everybody in between is covered as well. Highlights of my work is being able to come into a project and look at those facilities that are behind the curb that have been neglected in the past, and really trying to reverse course on making those, making our communities accessible for everyone.
I think it allows us to experience our environment in a totally different way, and in a much more intimate way. And it also allows us to be able to stop, wait for the truck here, It allows us to be able to stop and linger, to like meet our neighbors in ways that we can't do in cars. We just don't do it. So building these things is, I think, really important. I think it's a combination of building both the facilities for pedestrians and making them accessible for all people. And then, you know, in a lot of our growing communities, also thinking really strongly about land use. It sounds faster than
Right.
he is because he's got a crappy car. But
Thanks for watching.